It's time for Caribbean News, covering current events from around the world, regionally and locally, with Sean Garrity on this station. It's news the Caribbean can use. And now, the details. Bartlett backs single visa regime for all CARICOM member states. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says a single visa regime among CARICOM member countries should be the next critical consideration in rationalizing entry protocols in the region. According to Bartlett,
this is for touristic purposes and can be provided for visitors coming into your space for 30 days or 3 days. A simple platform that allows everybody and anybody to apply for a CARICOM visa that allows you entry into all the CARICOM countries.
He was speaking at the inauguration of scheduled commercial flights into the Ian Fleming International Airport at Baskerville St. Mary. The minister shared that the region needs to adopt a new approach to air transportation and develop new ideas about collaboration using the support of today's technology.
Multi-destination tourism is part of the principle of co-petition, where we can offer to visitors coming into our space multiple experiences across borders. So, when you buy Jamaica, you can get Barbados and you can get St. Lucia and you can get Turks and Caicos,
said Bartlett. He noted that the aim of the ministry is to establish Jamaica as an aviation hub so that the big planes coming from the far-flung areas can bring large numbers into the airports, and they are distributed by airlines like Intercaribbean across the Caribbean and elsewhere. For this, the minister suggested the establishment of pre-clearance arrangements within the Caribbean so that arriving visitors in Jamaica are domestic in other countries of the region and vice versa. He noted that the commencement of scheduled commercial flights into Ian Fleming is an important development that will provide a new gateway for global travelers. Political parties launch manifestos ahead of Grenada General election. Grenada's two main political parties have launched their manifestos as they prepare for the general election that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell called ahead of the March 2023 constitutional deadline. The main opposition, National Democratic Congress, or NDC, launched its 52-page Transforming Grenada document on Monday night, a few hours ahead of the new National Party, or NNP, manifesto launch. Both the NNP and NDC are contesting all 15 seats, with the NNP having swept all the parliamentary seats in the last two general elections. There are 5 political parties and 1 independent candidate in the race. Prime Minister Mitchell, 75, who has already indicated that it will be his last general election, said the manifesto outlines the plans for the future socio-economic development of the island under an NNP administration. The NDC, under the new leadership of 44-year-old attorney Decon Mitchell, said its vision is for a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous Grenada. The NDC said its prior commitments will be honoring the payment of the pension to public servants, pay public servants twice per month to assist in addressing cash flow challenges, as well as undertake a collaborative review of wages with the private and labor sectors. In addition, the NDC is promising the construction of a new modern hospital with teaching facilities, fully implementing the National Health Insurance Scheme, and create and facilitating access to housing that will increase substantially the number of Grenadian families who own and live in their own homes.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Fantastic DJs. For all your entertainment needs, it's fantasticdjs.com.
Brace it! Ishawna and Ed Sheeran collab drops on Friday. Dancehall artist Ishawna had announced the release of her much-anticipated single with Grammy-winning international artist Ed Sheeran. The single, entitled Brace It, will be released on Friday. The Pot of Gold singer shared the exciting news in a post on her Instagram account on Wednesday. Me and Ed Sheeran wanted to turn things up a bit. Brace it out this Friday, she captioned a short snippet for the song. The surprising collab came about after Ed Sheeran had expressed his love for Ishawna's remix of his 2017 hit single Shape of You in an interview, even singing parts of the song. The video of Ed Sheeran singing Ishawna's Equal Rights version of the song went viral, and soon after, Ishawna announced that the two were collaborating on a track. In business, Metavers Standards body formed without Apple. A group of tech giants racing to build the emerging metaverse concept formed a consortium to foster development of industry standards, but have not yet included Apple in the effort. This report produced by Chris Dignam.
Some of the biggest names in tech, including Meta Platforms, Microsoft, and China's Alibaba, announced they have formed the Metavers Standards Forum, a group set up to advance the development of industry standards that would make each of their digital worlds compatible with each other. Conspicuously missing from the member list for now is Apple, which many analysts expect will become a dominant player in the metaverse space once it introduces a mixed reality headset this year or next. Apple has not yet publicly acknowledged plans for a headset, but Bloomberg reported that it gave its board a sneak peek of the product. Apple did not immediately respond to a request for comment about the Metaverse Forum. Introducing such a device would put Apple in direct competition with Meta, which changed its name last year from Facebook and has staked its future on the growth of the metaverse, and has disclosed plans for its own mixed headset codenamed Cambria to be released this year. An executive at chipmaker NVIDIA who is chairing the Metavers Standards Forum said in a statement to Reuters that any company is welcome to join the group, which he said aims to facilitate communication between a variety of players involved in creating the metaverse, but he did not address how Apple's absence from the forum would affect that goal.
In sports, Argentine courts to try Maradona doctors, nurses for homicide. 8 people who took care of soccer legend Diego Maradona will be tried in Argentina courts for homicide, according to a ruling released on Wednesday following an investigation into his November 2020 death due to cardiac arrest. In the 236-page document seen by Reuters, the judge in charge of the case questioned the behaviors, active or by omission, of each of the accused, which led to and contributed to the realization of the harmful result. The ruling said the 8 people, including doctors, nurses, and a psychologist who cared for Maradona at the time of his death, are accused of simple homicide, a serious charge that means taking a life with intent. A medical board appointed to investigate Maradona's death concluded in 2021 that the soccer star's medical team acted in an inappropriate, deficient, and reckless manner. And in your Palm Beach weather, a mix of clouds and sun, high of 88 degrees with winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then later on, mainly clear skies with a low of 76. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then in Fort Lauderdale, partly cloudy with a high of 89 degrees, winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then later on, it's mostly clear with a low of 76 degrees, with south winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And that was the news, entertainment, and sports with Sean Garrity. Be sure to stay tuned to this station for more news from around the world, locally, and the Caribbean.